YouTube. What's good, guys? It's your boy Cheating. I'm back again with another video from Fantasy Good Sports. Actually, a live, guys. And today's live is going to be waiver wires. So if you got any waiver wire questions, guys, I got you. Just put it in the comment section or the chat, and I will get to it. Make sure you sign up as a member. That way you can get your questions answered in priority. Also, guys, if you need a consultation, the consultations are $50 for 30 minutes. And you get, if you sign up as a Phenom member, you get your first consultation half off. I'm sorry, I said free earlier. It's not free, but it's half off. I see you, Harambe. What's up, bruh? I see you. All right, let me see. All right, guys, so I'm going to start talking. I did the waiver wire video. If y'all need it, you can go watch it. But I'm going to talk about it in the live a little bit. What's up? What's going on with you, D Lion? What's up, bruh? So, guys, let me just talk about the 5 guys. If it's redundant for you, I apologize, but I'm going to talk about the 5 guys that I've talked about in the video. So, the first guy I want to talk about real quick, I'm going to let the chat build up, and then I'm going to start getting to everybody's question. Braylon Allen. He's my #1 waiver wire pickup. I love Braylon Allen because he's getting used. This is a squeeze opportunity. When I say squeeze, that means that the starter and the backup are getting carries. David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs for the Detroit Lions, they do it. Tajay Spears and Tony Pollard, they do it. It's very hard to get a squeeze opportunity where you can play the backup when the starter is healthy. And Braylon Allen is that guy. He had 2 touchdowns. They used that guy. They had both of these guys on the field at the same time. So I love Braylon Allen to be picking them up. How much waiver wire money would I spend on him or waiver priority? If I got the #1 waiver priority, I would use it on him because it's early in the season. So I will go ahead and get him. How much fab? If I hit $100 of fab, I would say 30%. Make sure you get them. You should already have them stashed, but yes, I would use about 30% of my fab. Also, guys, going on to another guy that I really like for his waiver wire ads is Carson Steele. And the reason why I like Carson Steele, I want to stash him. I'm not saying he's going to be getting 80 yards a game, but I do think he is fascinating at the goal line. I think he runs really hard. I think they want to use this guy for the goal line touchdowns and what I call the honey touches. And the honey touches is like it's a cheat code. So James Conner, guys, I don't think James Conner has rushed for 1,000 yards the last 2 or 3 seasons. I could be off a little bit. But I know one year he was a top 5 running back with 800 yards. The reason why he was getting the honey touches. So if you're getting goal line touches for your team, it supersedes value. Now, I love value, but sometimes honey touches supersede value. If you're getting targets around the green zone or carries, that's a great attribute. And what I mean by that is I'd rather take that guy over a guy who's getting a lot of carries, but he's not getting the honey touches. So Carson Steele, to me, as the season goes on, I think he's going to have a role when Isaiah Pacheco comes back as getting the honey touches, the goal line, because that's what he does. He's great at that. He runs hard. Moving on to another guy is a wide receiver is Jalen Naylor. The reason why I'm on Jalen Naylor is just as simple. He's never going to see double coverage, and he's never going to see a high-end corner. They're going to triple team Justin Jefferson. And so Jalen Naylor is always going to be open. Same thing with Jordan Addison when Jordan Addison gets back. So when Jordan Addison, guys, gets back, if you got him, you play him because he's going to be getting one-on-one coverage. So I love Jalen Naylor if you need a wide receiver or a flex play. All right, going on to my next guy. This is a tight end. I seen Kenny talked about him earlier in the comment section. Is Hunter Henry. And I said Hunter Henry was a deep sleeper tight end earlier. And the reason why, man, they used him a lot last year. Now, Jacoby Brissett does hyper-target tight ends a little bit. I mean, he can target other guys, but he does hyper-target tight ends. So I think Hunter Henry is going to be the main target until these young wide receivers get some snaps under their belt, right? So right now in the first quadrant, maybe going into the second quadrant, I think Hunter Henry is going to be a top 12 tight end as his floor. So pick him up if you need a tight end and play him. And going on to my number 5 guy, this is a quarterback, is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. Yes, guys, Sam Darnold. I like Sam Darnold because of his coach. I think this coach, he's really good with average quarterbacks. I'm not calling Sam average, but Sam has struggled. But last year, when Kirk Cousins went down, the backups came in and played good, and Justin Jefferson was still a top 5 wide receiver. So when Sam Darnold, who's a little bit better than the average backup, I love Sam Darnold. And I think he's going to be pushing the ball downfield to Jalen Naylor and Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison when he comes back. And also, they got TJ Hawkinson coming back sometime too. So I think Sam Darnold, if I have Matthew Stafford and I have Tua, and I'm going to get Sam Darnold as my backup. Yes, I'm going to get Sam Darnold as my backup. Okay. So let's start getting to some of these comments, guys. I'm only going to try to keep this live up to an hour. So if you want your questions answered, make sure that you super chat, because I'm not gonna try to make this be 2 hours. The 2-hour videos, they don't do well. People don't really watch them, so I want to keep it down to an hour. So I'm gonna try to get to these questions kind of quickly, but very precise too. Harami in the building. D Lion in the building. User 279 in the building. Okay. So, Harami says, what running back would you claim over Braylon Allen? I wouldn't claim any running back over Braylon Allen. Braylon Allen would be the guy that I'm claiming off waivers. That's the only guy that I want. Now, I do want Carson Steele, but Carson Steele is a stash. Now, could he come out and boom this week? Yes, he could. But I want to see what's going to happen. I'm very intrigued by Carson Steele. I like Carson Steele. He runs hard. He reminds me of an old school Mike Allstott type of guy. Bruiser. Goal line guy. Jerome Bettis. Not saying he's Jerome Bettis, but you remember Jerome Bettis at the end of his career was getting all the honey touches, the goal line. Willie Parker was the fast guy, 20-20 guy. Ethan Carey. What's up, Ethan? Young whippersnapper in the building. He says, Kirk, Carr, Bo Nix, and Sam Darnold are in free agents. Who should I get? I would say Derek Carr. Derek Carr, then Kirk Cousins. It's close between Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins. And then I would go Sam Darnold third. So Carr, Kirk Cousins, and Sam Darnold. D-Line says, Ethan, don't get Baker. Mark, what's up, Mark? What's up, bro? Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. We got almost 40 people in here, and we only got 8 thumbs up. Come on now. Mark says, picked up Braylon ahead of his matchup, Fab Free. Way to go, Mark. That's cutting edge content. I've been telling people to stash this guy the whole season. If you want to call him a handcuff, a squeeze, whatever. Ethan says, believe it or not, last week, someone in my league started Braylon Allen, and we were making fun of him. Now he is making... Right. Ethan, why would y'all make fun of him? You know what Braylon Allen, I get it, is a little early. Yeah, but you know that Braylon Allen, what his athletic ability showed. You know this guy could play. So, I get it. It might have been a little early with Breach healthy, but I think he got the last laugh as he should. User 279 said, TD, I love the sleeper video. A guy want to add is in Juwan Jennings, okay? With Debo and CMC gone, he got a real role. Right. Facts. I do like Juwan Jennings. I guess I could add him to the... You're right, man. I could add him as a waiver wire pickup this week, especially with Debo being out. I agree with that. Facts. I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to think about Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings, because Ricky Pearsall. If he comes back while Debo out, be looking for him. But I do believe Juwan Jennings will have a good role and that he will be targeted. Love Brandon Ayuk. I'm buying low on Brandon Ayuk if you can now. If you can.
Yeah.
You're right, bro. Jawan Jennings is a sleeper and he is a waiver wire ad.
D Lion says Alex
Alec Pierce is available in Dynasty. I'm in. I bid. Yes, bid on him. Pick up Alec Pierce. He should not be on any waivers.
Hector.
Hector says Steele or Hunt. I'm going with Steele
I'm adding still.
over Hunt. Ed Tay, what's up, Ed Tay? Ed Tay says, what you think about Joshua Downs? I love Joshua Downs. I do think somebody's gonna take a hit, not Michael Pittman, even though he's not been playing great. But maybe AD Mitchell, Adonai Mitchell doesn't get as many snaps as he's been getting, and maybe I think Alec Pierce got a nice role. Alec Pierce has always been a great deep threat, all the way back to Cincinnati with Desmond Ridder. He's been a great deep threat, so he's got his role. But the slot guy, they don't have a slot guy who can get a lot of separation right now. Michael Pittman is not a separation guy. He's a contested ball, jump ball type guy. AD Mitchell is not really, he's more of a deep threat, but the guy who can separate in a phone booth, remember I call phone booth guys, is Josh Downs. So Josh Downs is a guy that should not be on any waivers, and I like Josh Downs. I think he's going to get 6 to 7 targets a game when he's healthy. He could get more depending on how the offense is going in the game script. But I love Josh Downs. Luke, what's good, Luke? I see you. Luke says, I traded Godwin and Mason for Justin Jefferson.
I might would have kept
Godwin and Mason. I think I get it getting off Mason before CMC comes back. But if CMC don't come back, they hold CMC out for a majority of the season. For the first 2 quadrants, he don't come back to week 10. Mason could probably have you undefeated. But I get it. You got off him and you went and turned it to Justin Jefferson. So I'm not going to sit here and chastise you. But I do like the Godwin and Mason side too. So I think it's a good trade for both of you. I thought it was a great opportunity for you to go get Justin Jefferson. Great job, bro. Great job.
Ethan Carey says
Devin Singletary or Zamir White. Bruh, Zamir White, guys, he almost is a drop. I mean, I'm going to hold on to him for probably about 2 more weeks. But Zamir, it looks bad for Zamir. And then he's running the ball. They're not running the ball well, so maybe that's it. But I'm going to say Devin Singletary over Zamir. I would not have said that in the beginning of the season.
excuse me. Ed Tay.
Ed Tay says, that's why I think Tyreek is going to be good. Right. Facts. Yes, I think Tyreek is going to be fine. Tyreek is going to be great. And I don't mean like 180 yards a game great, but I mean 90 to 110. I think that's his honey spot. I think this offense still is going to be good. People ain't going to know what to do now. You got a new quarterback in there with still the same amount of weapons. So imagine if you got Kobe Bryant and Ray Allen on each side in their prime. And Derek Fisher goes down, and then they bring in Smush Parker. Hey, it may be Smush Parker, but with Kobe Bryant and Ray Allen on each side, you still going to be good. You're still going to be okay. Remember, Smush went to the playoffs with Kobe Bryant 2 or 3 years in a row when they lost in the first round and took the Suns to a game 7. So what I'm trying to say is, guys, Skylar Thompson or Tyler Huntley may not be Tua, but when you have weapons like Waddle and Tyreek and A-Chain, you still, all you gotta do is dish that thing out. Throw a screen to the crib. Deep ball up. I threw it a good one. Tyreek made an adjustment to the crib. Up, they double team, they triple team Tyreek. Waddle to the crib. Up, I pitched it to the left. A-Chain hit a gap to the crib. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen every game for 28 points, but what I'm saying, somebody going to score. They're going to put up 21 points. This offense is too good, and the offensive coordinator is too good for these guys just to fall off. So I'm holding on to Tyreek, and if you want to go buy on Tyreek, like if you got Michael Pittman, guys, not Rashid Shaheed, but guys that maybe got the name, and you can go get Tyreek Hill, It's Tyreek Hill, guys. It doesn't really matter about the quarterback when you have an offensive coordinator like Mike McDaniels. So I love that. Jordan Pillar, what's up, bruh? He said, "May God bless you, family. Thanks for working so hard." Thank you, Jordan. Thank you.
Got a super
Chat. Ricky Bobby in the building. What's going on, Ricky Bobby? He says, "Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, Ricky Bobby." User 279 says, "TD, I got sent an offer for Nico and Kincaid, and I get back Ayuk and Laporta and Keenan Allen. What you think?" You get Ayuk. So listen, let me tell you something. I think Kincaid got just as much upside as Laporta. Laporta gonna have his game. And let me tell you something. I told people, so they asked me earlier, Rami can speak for this. TD, who's a big time fade for you? Now I had about 3 or 4 fades that was big time fades for me. Jamar Chase was one. Joe Burrow was one. Laporta was one. And I've also had another fade. I can't think of it right now. It was another guy that I was fading. But the reason why I was fading Laporta, not because he sucks. Laporta is a really good tight end. Is an upper echelon tight end. He probably can make the Hall of Fame on the trajectory he is. I'm not calling him a Hall of Famer, but he's on that type of trajectory. But Jameson Williams stepped up to a whole nother role, so he can't compete with Jameson anymore. Jameson is not the same player. Jameson is his own individual wide receiver who's ready to boom, go deep, catch deep passes. So, okay. All right, Laporta took that hit. Then you got Amara, who just got a bag that always was taking snaps or taking targets from Laporta. Then you got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's wanting to be better in the passing game, who's going to catch more passes this year than he did last year. That's going to hurt Laporta. So Laporta got to wait his turn. And that's going to be what, maybe 3 games where he's getting 25, 30 points, getting all those touchdowns. They don't really need him until they need him. So to me, I think Kincaid and Laporta is kind of lateral move. I think Nico and Ayuk is a downgrade. Nico's balling out right now. As right now, Nico looks like he is the number 1 guy going on that team. Looks like Nico's the number 1 guy. So I don't know if that really helps your team. I would say I would rather just stay with Nico and Kincaid. I do love the Ayuk. I do love that. I love it. But I would want something else other than Laporta. Go try to see if you can get something other than Laporta. Keep Kincaid and let him mature. Some guys, you got to let them mature on your team and let them build up and play good eventually in a different quadrant or a different week. Where you just make a trade week 3 and you might just make a lateral move and both of the guys are kind of the same guy.
Oh, that's a good
Question though, man. That was a great trade offer. Raga. What's up, Raga? He says, "Who should I trade Dobbins for?" Brandon Ayuk. I like Brandon Ayuk. I like Kyler Murray as a quarterback. I don't know if you need a quarterback or not. Just throwing out some guys. Just throwing out some guys because I don't know what you're targeting. I like Ramondre Stevenson because I feel like he's a little bit. I can trust him a little bit more, but I don't know. Dobbins looks like he's going to have a nice role. But I would say, hold on, guys. Let me do something real quick. I'm sorry. I gotta go fix the chat. Okay, it's fixed.
All right, let me see something.
All right. TD Live.
Excuse me, guys. Got to make sure I get all the little nuances
Nuances right for this live. Okay.
Um. So let me see.
Dobbins. Who else? I like Brian Thomas Jr. and another piece. So hopefully that makes sense, bro. But give me more of a precise guy that you targeting or position that you targeting. Evan Roher, what's going on, Evan? Glad to see you. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Evan says Jerome Ford or Zach Moss rest of the season. I'm gonna go with Jerome Ford, even a half-point PPR. Zach Moss isn't getting no more than about 2 yards per carry. Chase Brown looks better, but they won't give him the full workload. Maybe because he's a small guy. Pause. So I'm gonna go with Jerome Ford in half-point PPR over Zach Moss. Zach Moss doesn't look good. Maybe he gets better, but he doesn't look like he looked last year. Maybe it could be the offense. I see we got P. Diddy in the building. Bro, I'm not coming to any of your parties. So might as well go to somebody else. I'm not coming to none of your parties. Jordan says Pollard looking like a league winner. He is. And I was on Tajay. That's another guy that I missed on was Tony Pollard. Not saying I missed out on him. I said Pollard. I said draft both guys. But to me, Pollard looks like the better guy. So, yes, Pollard looks like a league winner. Harami says, start Shakir or Worthy this week. I'm starting Worthy over Shakir. He got more upside. I'm playing with the boom. Worthy is a boom or bust where Shakir has a nice floor. Right. I'm going to go with the boom, man. I don't think it's going to kill you. Unless you only starting like 5 positions, then be safe. But right now, if you starting like 7 guys, 8 guys, I would take the boom. That's how you win. The safeness don't really win you any weeks. It's the boom. What's up, Will Hayes? What's up, bruh? Harami says double tap the screen, folks. Hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. We got 40 people in here. We only got 22 likes. Come on, guys. We need at least 30 likes in here. Let's get the likes up. Also, guys, remember this live is not going to be super long. So I'm going by the hour. So make sure you get your questions in super chat or become a member of the channel. User 279 says, what defense you think I should start this week, TD? Bucks, Raiders, or Texans? I'm going to say the Raiders. That's been my defense for this week, but let me look at the other defenses just to make sure that I ain't just telling you something. Okay, let me look at the Bucks here. See that matchup. Broncos. That's not a bad matchup. The Bucks is not a bad matchup, but I still like the Raiders. I know Andy Dalton is playing, but I still like the Raiders. I like Max Crosby playing out of his mind. And then let me look at my Texans. I think they got a little bit of a tough matchup this week. A little bit. Yeah, they got to play the Vikings. So I'm going to go with the Raiders slightly over the Bucks. I'm going with the Raiders slightly over the Bucks. All right, let's see here. Raw guy says, who should I get for Dobbins? Okay, we did that one already. Is Chase Brown droppable at this point? Yes and no. I'm trying to hold on to him, but if you got to make a move, bro, like say you had Chase Brown is your weakest player and you want to get Braylon Allen, I would say yeah, but I don't feel great about it. King of Nike. He says, hey, brother, I made the Ramondre and Amari Cooper trade for Ridley. Okay. Wait a minute. You got Ramondre and Amari Cooper, right? You got Ramondre and Amari Cooper. Okay. What do I do with Christian Kirk? I have JSN and Michael Pittman. Stash them. That's all you can do. Don't drop them, but stash them. You got to play JSN and Michael Pittman have to start for you every week because of who they are and how the team trusts them. JSN got a nice role now. I'm not saying he's going to get 12 targets every week, but he's going to get at least 6 or 7 targets. He's going to be okay. They know they need to get him the ball. They drafted him in the first round. Tyler Lockett's still going to have good games. They still trust Tyler. They know what he can do. But I do like JSN. I like Michael Pittman. He's going to get better. You just got to wait on the young quarterback. But Christian Kirk, you can't put him over those guys. And if you got Ramondre and Amari Cooper, man, great trade. I remember that one. But my mind, you got Ramondre and Amari Cooper. Because I wouldn't tell you to keep Calvin Ridley. I think Amari Cooper and Ramondre going to get it going. Ramondre already going. Amari got a lot of upside. He's an older wide receiver, but He can give you 15, 18 points, and then he can get hot. Amari Cooper's won a lot of people championships. I mean, that man has incredible games. I mean, he's the only guy that I think that got 370-point games in fantasy football ever in the history, over Calvin Johnson and Dez Bryant and those guys, and Antonio Brown.
Harambe.
Man, this damn thing keep losing my spot, pissing me off. Remy says I dropped Stafford and picked up Kirk Thuggins right before the game last night. I like that Kirk Thuggins. Good job. Good job. I'm not dropping Stafford, but I got to move on from him. I'm trying to get Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. Harami says chess moves. Right.
Matthew Wood.
What's going on, Matthew? Glad to see you here, bro. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Still is a better pick. I agree. Zara. I don't care if you spam or what. I appreciate you. You said you're important. Thank you. A key ring. Thank you, Zara. Matthew Woods says none of San Fran's wide receivers are going to do anything. Mason already showed him that he can carry the team with CMC gone. I kind of agree with you a little bit, but Juwan Jennings, he is a guy that you got to pick up. That's why I was like, yeah, man, that's a good move. I mean, Juwan Jennings going to command 5 or 6 targets. He looked good in the Super Bowl. Now, him being like the alpha 2 guy, that's a whole different role for him, but maybe he can do it and be fine. So I want to give respect to that. But I believe that Ayuk is going to ball while Debo is out. And CMC is out with Mason. So I like Ayuk.
Ricky Bobby says
4th pick waivers. Rashid Shaheed, Quentin Johnson, Braden Allen still need a flex. Rashid Shaheed over Braden Allen. But I think you need to try to get Braden Allen if you could. But I would go with Rashid Shaheed. But don't get Rashid Shaheed if you can't get him into your lineup and you have to sit a stud. So if you need a running back and you can get Braden Allen in there easier, then go after Braden Allen. Don't make it hard on yourself where you got a bunch of wide receivers and you can't get them all in the game. That doesn't make sense. Sometimes it's okay to play defense like in the playoffs, but right now you need to be trying to get the best team, the best players. Worry about, don't count nobody else's pockets, count your pockets.
Raga says
Who should I get for Dobbins? Okay, we did that one already. Demi says, hi, from London. Where you from? I'm from North Carolina. North Carolina. That's why I got that accent. North Carolina. Kid Prevo. What's going on, kid? He says, so you wouldn't trade Tyreek? No, I would not trade Tyreek. I would not trade him. No, sir.
Romeo.
What's up, Romeo? He says, do I hold on to Jahan Dotson or Tutu? I would say Tutu. While Puka and Cooper Kupp is out, I would say 2-2 over Jahan. Matthew says, ended up getting Devontae Adams for Aaron Rodgers and Darnell Mooney. Good job. Great trade, Matthew. Dr. Duck 100 says, do you offer refunds on your paid consultations? No, I do not. No refunds. Great question. Gil, what's up, Gil? Gil says, thoughts on the Chief running back room. I like Carson Steele as a stash. I think he has more upside because of the goal line touches that he's going to get over Kareem Hunt and CEH.
Ricky Bobby says, you dropping
Keenan Allen at this point? No, I'm not. I'm just holding on to him and see what's going to happen with this team until they get going. I'm not dropping. Keenan Allen should not be on waivers. Sports Dog says, TD, I won by 2.2 points, and I'm 2-0. But, man, I was worried watching it play out. After 2 weeks, I'm at 290 points. Now I just have to keep kicking it. Yes, sir, bro. Good job. You killing it.
Gil says McLaurin
or Dale rest of the season. Both, bro. That's a great question. I'm not going to tell you to pick one over the other. Listen, I'm going to say if you put a weapon to my head and I had to pick, man, I'm going to go with McLaurin slightly right now. I believe Dale is going to be a league winner. I love Dale. If Dale connect on some of those deep passes, I mean, he's elite. I mean, he gives elite fantasy output. But I'm going to go with McLaurin. He's the #1 wide receiver, and Diami Brown is the next. I trust McLaurin if he getting the targets. I believe you got to give Jaden Daniels a little bit of time. Now, if you need something immediately to play, it probably would be Dale, where he's going to get targets every week. But McLaurin could end up being a top 5 wide receiver in the third and fourth quadrant because Jaden Daniels is getting better and he's taking more deep shots. Kid says, thank you, anytime. Matthew Wood says, what's your opinion on the red rifle? I think he's going to balance this offense out where Deontay Johnson and Xavier Leggett and Chuba Hubbard and those guys are going to be okay for fantasy. They couldn't be okay with Bryce Young, so I get it. So that's what I think. I think he's going to be solid, top 15 quarterback. Turn the ball over every now and then, but keep everybody honest. He knows the offense. He's a veteran. That's why coaches love veterans. They stable the ship. It's just like when you on a plane. Look, it could be somebody super talented, but if he don't got enough flying experience, they not gonna let him fly by himself, or they don't really trust him. And so the guys who got the most flights and the most hours is the guys that they trust. And it goes a little bit with football when you're going through a bridge situation. You're going with the veteran who you've seen play, you've seen them have experience. So Ricky Bobby, Red Rifle is going to stabilize this ship. He's going to be okay. These weapons are going to be startable in fantasy as flex plays. Jimmy's TV, what's going on? Jimmy's, appreciate you being here. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, guys, if you're new. Jimmy says, you think Kareem Hunt takes over the Kansas City backfield? No, not completely. I think Carson still gets the goal line touches, which is the honey touches. Gil says, is Ayuk a must start this week? Yes, Ayuk is going to always be a must start. Unless he, something crazy happened and he just, it's got to be bad, bro. I'm starting Ayuk every single week. I'm never drafting an Ayuk unless you're in a 6-team league or a 4-team league. And an 8-team league, maybe. You can't start him over Amon-Ra like if you're in the 6-team league, right? So you got to start Ayuk. Matthew says, I love what you're saying. I have them both. Yes, sir. Conscious Machine, what's up, bro? I see you. What's up? Good evening, bro. Sports Dog says, I might look to Hunter Henry and put him on the bench if Laporta doesn't produce. This should be a week he does. Right. But I wouldn't. I think Laporta's having a great year. It's just he's not having the fantasy points. So fantasy points in real life is two different things. I think I like Laporta, but I get what you're saying. Hunter Henry's gonna get more targets than Laporta on a weekly basis. So that's the move that you make. That's why I'll be on Njoku over guys that y'all really like, running backs, because I see fantasy is different, especially in full PPR. Alvin Kamara didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but was like the number 1 RB for 2 years in a row and wasn't having 1,000 yards because of the way fantasy works. He was getting the honey touches and catches. Coyote, what's up, Coyote? Subscribe to the channel if you're new, man. This is cutting edge content. Make sure you hit the like button. Double tap the screen. He said, do you bet? What's the biggest profit you off of it? Man, I've hit for a couple times. I'm so doctrine into doing fantasy. I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of bets, but every now and then I go put it on a couple my favorite teams and bet. I've been betting on Colorado. I ain't hit every single time because they've lost. They lost the game, but I like betting on Colorado. I might bet on a game or two in NFL, but I don't really get into a lot of. But I do consultations for bet, and I can break it down and give you a science why I'm picking a certain guy or picking a certain team. I do pick'ems and stuff like that, man. I'm pretty good at it. I can show you some receipts and send you some winnings. All I gotta do is go to my channel and look at my post, and I post a lot of my winnings on there. Where I won $500, $1,000, $50, $30. Conscious Machine says Nico number 1 in the NFL. Hey, I'm not gonna sit. You ain't gonna get nothing from me today. King of Nuggets says correction. I got Ramondre and Amari for real. Okay. I just want to make sure. I'm trying to claim B. Allen tomorrow, but I'm last in my waiver order, and I already have Jalen Wright. That's fine. If you don't get him, it's all good, bro. Just try to get him. If you can't, keep it moving. You got a good team. Trust the process. Trust the process. Nino says, really worried about my team. Any more move suggestions? Kyler, Jordan Mason, Cook, Hunter, Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas, Lazard, Debo, Odunze Kincaid. If you worried about Debo, I get it, but you shouldn't be worried about Cook. You shouldn't be worried about Derrick Henry or Jordan Mason. You got really good running backs. You got Cook, Henry, and Jordan Mason. All three of them should be starting. You should be having your number one RB is Cook, your number two Jordan Mason, and Derrick Henry in the flex. Either way you want to chop it up. Jamar Chase, let him mature on your team. That's another way I'm gonna start telling people. When people say, "Well, I'm worried about him," gotta play him and play him with no conscience and let him mature. He's gonna boom. He's gonna be okay. Play Jamar Chase. If not, go trade and go get Amon-Ra, somebody like that. But do not go and get rid of this guy for no chopped liver, for no Rashid Shaheed. And I keep like dissing Rashid Shaheed because of like these type of questions. I love Rashid Shaheed, but he's not Jamar Chase. So you let Jamar Chase mature. And also, guess what? He's playing Washington this week. That's a green bean matchup. He's gonna be okay, bro. Play him. You got a good team. I would have told you earlier that maybe you could trade Debo. Because I didn't draft a lot of Debo. I drafted a little bit of Ayuk, just a little bit. I love Brian Thomas. Maybe you could trade Debo and get a Rashid Shaheed and another piece. I would do that. Matthew says, I have all three. Gotta Kincaid, Laporta. Who would you start? I think you need to trade one of those guys because those are lateral guys. They all like top 5 potential guys, but they all gonna like kind of just, it's a tight end position. I would say Kincaid because I don't know the weapons on that team. So it's a lot of weapons on Detroit. So I would tell you to play Kincaid and try to trade Laporta. Laporta probably got a little bit better trade value. Adam Fields, what's up, bro? He says, what do you think about the Vikings defense the rest of the season? Listen, man, that defensive coordinator that left from Miami, he was good in Miami. He's good there. This dude's probably, I don't know if he get another head coaching job because of what he did to Tua, but he's the elite defensive coordinator. He might be another Steve Spagnuolo for his career, where he go 15 years as elite and be a Hall of Famer. That defense is like that. They blitz. They coming for that run. They want you to pass it on them. You're going to have isolation and coverage, but they're not going to let you run the ball. I don't think this dude has gave up no more than 3 100-yard rushes in the last 4 or 5 years. So that Minnesota defense is like that. Now, when they play in tough matchups, somebody's going to put up points on it. They're going to put up 17 points. But when they got a great matchup, that's easy. You need to stash them. They should not be on your waivers. Bay Area Dame, what's up? They both injury prone. I guess you're talking about Kincaid and Laporta. Appreciate you being here, Bay Area Dame. Andrew G says, would you trade Singletary for Swift? No, I would not. I would rather keep Singletary. Got another super chat. King of Nike, Jarvis. Appreciate with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Yes, sir. Yeah, full PPR. I'm still taking Singletary. Sport Dog says, I'm running Seattle defense. They're up against Miami. I think it's safe. Any suggestions? I wouldn't do it because it's Miami with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Devon A-Chain with Mike McDaniels. That scares me enough, even though Tua ain't there. I wouldn't do it, but I respect it. It could hit. But I wouldn't do it. So if it hits, bro, that's on you. You did a good job. I'm not going to say, well, that was easy. That's not easy. That's not an easy decision. I think that's cutting edge if it hits. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't play Seattle against. I'm not playing nobody against Miami unless Miami look like garbage for 3 weeks. And then I know they can't, Tyreek and Water don't look good. Vino, what's up, bro? Long time no see. He says, KC just signed Kareem Hunt. I know. I still like Carson Steele, though. Controversy says, hit those 3 little buttons in the top right corner and hit that like button. Yes, sir. We got 70 people in the chat. We got 40 likes. Let's get it up, guys, to at least 50. Alonzo Creech. What's up, Alonzo? Alonzo says, what you think about King Henry? Should I keep him? Yes, you should keep King Henry. He's gonna get goal line, bro. He's gonna get one touchdown every game. That's all I can guarantee. He might have a 2 touchdown game, but he's gonna get one every single game because they getting in that goal line and he's gonna put it in. Pause. Pause. So, yes, keep King Henry. If you do trade him, get you something nice for him, or get you a package deal. If you sell, maybe you go 1 for 2 or 1 for 3. Alisa, what's up, Alisa? Alisa says TD Kyler Murray or Hurts, half point PPR. I'm going Kyler Murray. I'm going Kyler Murray. Stacy in the building. What's going on, Stacy? Appreciate you being here. Thank you for the support. Always. Alisa says Mason, Jonathan Taylor, O'Connell, or A-Chain. Pick 3 standard. Thanks, TD. I'm going Mason. Uh, where's my damn mouse at? Okay, there we go. Let's see. I'm going Mason, Connor, and A-Chain. I like Jonathan Taylor, but he's playing against the Bears defense, who looks like they are them. So I'm going Connor, which I was a little worried about Connor. It's close between Connor and Taylor because Connor is a PPR guy, believe it or not, but he gets goal line touches. But I'm gonna go with Connor slightly off the hair for my chinny chin chin over Taylor. So Connor, Mason, and A-Chain. Conscious Machine says double tap ain't working. Not sure why. Right, I think you got to go to the right corner and hit the 3 buttons and hit the like button. Hit the right corner. It's at the top. The 3 little dots. Matthew says, God or Kincaid or Laporta. Who do I start? I'm going with Kincaid. I'm going to go with Kincaid. Antonio says, yo, should I trade Marvin Harrison for Marvin Harrison? Yes. Depends on what you're using to trade him for, but I do think he's a good buy. Don't give up nothing crazy for him, like no Amara or anything. Tron says better play at flex this week, McLaurin or Demarcus Robinson. I'm going with McLaurin. Guys, I know y'all probably gonna start telling me, TD, you keep telling people to play McLaurin, he ain't doing nothing. I would do it. I'm playing McLaurin over Demarcus Robinson. I'm sorry. I'm going with down. I'm never gonna tell y'all nothing that I wouldn't do. I'm only telling y'all what I would do. So I'm going with McLaurin. Darian says thoughts on Cooper DeJean. Hey, that boy he can make plays, man. I saw him in college. He got a little bit of Troy Polamalu. Like I'm not saying he's Troy, right? Don't get this mistaken. But he can like, he's a ball hawk. So I like Cooper DeJean. Appreciate you being here, Darian. Guys, hit the like button if you new. Subscribe to the channel also if you new. TZ G-Man, he said, do you think the rare rifle can save Deontay Johnson? Yes, I do. I think he can make him fantasy relevant. Big Growing Stuff says, with Jordan Love hurt right now, would you play golf, Derek Carr, or Geno this week? You know, I'm gonna get cutting edge. I'm gonna go with Geno. It's close between Golf and Geno, but I'm gonna go with Geno. I'm gonna go with Geno. Sergio, what's up, Serge? He says Lamar and Kincaid for Kyler and McBride. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, man. I love Lamar, but I'm okay with that because you getting McBride. That's the main thing, man. You level up at the tight end and you keep and you kind of like you going getting a really nice quarterback. I usually don't want nobody to make a lateral move like that, but I get it. That one kind of makes a little bit more sense to me. I like that move. I'm gonna get at an A. That's a good move. Tron Force, what's up, bro? He says was thinking about trying to offer Monty and Cup for A-Chain and Bowers. The guy has Bowers on his bench. Yes, I would go for that. I would try to make that move. I love A-Chain and Bowers for Monty and then you get rid of Monty and Cup. Got another super chat in the building from Big Will. What's up, Big Will? Big Will says, what up, sir? Should I pick up Garendo and drop Corum? I can't drop anyone else. Thanks, bruh. I don't think you need to be picking up Garendo. Now, if you think, even if Mason goes down, Garendo probably won't get the full workload by himself. So, they probably would bring in somebody. So, I'm going to say, don't make that move. I wouldn't pick up Garendo. I just hold on to Corum right now. I don't think Garendo got enough capital or enough mystique right now to go make a move for. But we don't know what's going to happen. Anybody could go down, right? So we don't know that. But right now, with all things equal, I will hold off and just keep Corum. Appreciate the super chat, Big Will. Big Will in the house. Watch your mouth. Let's get the likes up, fellas. We got almost 60 people in the chat, and we only got 40 some likes. Let's get the likes up to 50. Trevor says 12-man PPR league. Kyron and Pittman for Olave and James Conner. No, Kyron and Pittman. Keep Kyron and Pittman, Trevor. Keep Kyron and Pittman, Trevor. Appreciate you, Big Will. Easton Game says, I have Ladd, Terry McLaurin, and Devin Singletary. Bro, I know football. I see the football like Matrix. You name these names, I can read through it. And an open flex spot. Yeah, I think I love Terry McLaurin. I like Devin Singletary right now because he's a starting running back and an open flex spot. Ladd McConkey. So yeah, I think those guys are good guys to have on your team. Robert Mitchell, what's up, Robert? He says Josh Downs or Jennings waiver wire. Joshua Downs. Big Orange Grin says, should I trade Chase or hold on for dear life? Hold on for dear life. Go down with the ship. I like that you said dear life. That's going down with the ship. Slitty, what's up, Slitty? He says, Odunze or Rashid rest of the season. Rashid Shaheed. I've been on him the whole week since the summer. Been on him. Big Will says, what up, sir? Should I pick up Steele or Jennings for the flex position and drop Blake Corum? You the best in the game, bro. Thank you, bro. Should I pick up Steele or Jennings for the flex position? I think for a stash, which is not for this week, I would go with Steele. But Jennings has a better opportunity this week to give you more points than Steele. I think Steele is a better roster for the rest of the season. But right now, I would probably go with Jennings. If you want to win, if you need Jennings to play this week or need somebody to play this week, it's Jennings. But if you need somebody to be cutting edge and grow into a role and win you a championship, I think it's Steele. You can drop Blake Corum for For those guys, I can understand it. You can't keep the handcuffs all year because you got to make moves. I like Blake Corum, but Kyron looks healthy right now, so I'm going to assume he's healthy. That's how I look at it. Billy says, Billy Sullivan. What's up, Billy? Billy says Steele or Blake Corum. I'm going with Steele. Adam says the Patriot defense didn't look like a top defense in week 2. I disagree. It looked like that's a top defense. Bro, ain't nobody the Baltimore Ravens, Adam. You ain't nobody holding nobody to no 10 points. If you hold a team to 20 points, that's 3 or 4 field goals that they kicked. They only scored 2 touchdowns. Patriots right now, if you look at PFF, they are a top 5 defense. Don't get tough matchups mixed up. I think the Patriots are a top defense. I love the Patriots. I'm holding on. I got in this one big money league that I got, where it's like $500 entry fee. I got Patriots. I got about 4 defenses stashed. I can't drop the Patriots because I can't live with myself if somebody pick them up and they start balling. And I don't mean start balling because they had a good week a couple of weeks ago. But I can't drop them and then somebody use them against me. So I'm holding on to the Patriots. I like the Patriots. Sal Corona, what's up, Sal? Sal says, I just traded Barkley and Olave away for A-Train and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Thoughts? You traded Barkley. He says you traded Barkley and Olave away for A-Chain and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I ain't got nothing to say, man. I love Barkley. Barkley was one of my top 3 running backs this year. But I love what you made, man. You moved up. Moving on up to the east side. A-Chain and Amon-Ra St. Brown, that's a great move. I'm going to get that an A. Because if you go and trade a player like Barkley, go get you something. And you went and got you something. You went and got you a Lamborghini. And what they call those, the boxes, the expensive one, a Range Rover. I love what you got, man. That's a good move. That's an A move. Harami says, what is Andy Dalton's balls out? They going to be chasing points. It could happen. He could. Andy Dalton, we know he know how to play football. Dirtboy says, a guy in my league is hating Jamar Chase right now. Should I buy low on Chase by trading him Lockett, Addison, and Kelsey for Chase and Kincaid? Yes, I would do that. If you only getting rid of Lockett and Addison and Kelsey, yes, I would do that. As long as you got some backups that you can put in the game for the guys that you're getting rid of and go start Chase, yes, I would do that. That's a great move. Kevo, what's up, bruh? He says, Bryce Young issue is lack of confidence. Last season, issues took a toll on his confidence. Right. Facts. I agree with that. Jonathan Stedman, what's up, bruh? He says, pick up Bucky Irvin. Yes, pick up Bucky Irvin. He looks better than White, and White got a little bit of an injury. LeBron Stepdad, what's up, bruh? He says, how you like your Stanley? I don't know what that means. B Grown, appreciate you being here, LeBron. B Grown stuff says, would you drop Trey Benson or Blake Corum for Braylon Allen? Yes, I would drop Blake Corum for Braylon Allen. My 3 starting running backs are Barkley, Derrick Henry, and Kamara. Pretty late season stashes, right? I would get, because you already got good running backs, so it's gonna be hard for anybody to break your lineup. So I would definitely drop one of those guys to go get Braylon Allen, who's a top end squeeze candidate and a handcuff candidate. Freaky Tom, what's up, bro? He said, do you think Sam Laporta will step it up? Yes, he will have some good games. But will he be a top 5? Would he be the number 1 tight end? Would he be? I don't even know if he's going to be the top 5 tight end this year. He could. If he had one big game, he could put him back up there as a top 5. But he's going to be okay. I think there's other guys out there better. That's why I didn't draft him. Razi, what's up, bro? He says, hey, man, what do you think about Jalen Waddle for Rashee Rice? I'm okay that if you want to get off Waddle and you're not willing to wait, I think Rashee Rice is the guy that I would rather be the pivot off of with Jalen Waddle. Because I know Rashee Rice is going to be eaten with the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm okay with that. Rico says, can't trade Diggs for nothing. Right. Facts. I get that. People are nervous. A lot of mouths to feed on that offense. Dash 511. What's up? He says trade ETN and J.K. Dobbins for Saquon. No, I will hold on to ETN and J.K. Saquon good, but I'm not. I mean, that's 40 points. I don't think he's going to average 40 points. I think those guys has a chance to be top 12 running backs. I will hold on to them. Saquon is better than those guys by themselves, but why not keep two of them, and that way you got more depth? Because running backs go down. I would hate for you to make that move and then something happen with Saquon where he got to miss a game or two, right? Guava, this is Rashid to the moon. Water is a big sketch with Tua being out. I think he's gonna be okay, but I get that. If you feel that way, I respect that breakdown. YZ says downgrade in terms of draft capital, but for Rice has been producing facts. Guava says hold ETN and Dobbins. I would too. Ziggly Bop, what's up, bruh? Chris Villa in the building. Whittington, yes, people say that they're gonna be targeting Whittington as the Puka role. I like Tutu and Demarcus Robinson myself. But Whittington, if he's out there, guys, he's a green bean. I wouldn't use a waiver wire priority on him, but I would green bean him. And when I say green bean, that means pick him up when everything turns green. Adam says, we need some I said what I said shirts. I got some. Hold up for a second. If you want one, just hit me up in my email, and I send it to you. But you got to cash at me first. They are $25. Let me get that shirt for a second. I'll be right back, guys. Give me a second. Okay. I said what I said. Yep, that's the shirt, guys. I got them in different colors, too. So if you want one, hit me up at my fantasygoodesports@gmail.com, and I can send it to you once you cash out at me, the $25. Guave says Mason is in RB2. I think Mason is a top 5 RB while CMC is out. So he's a RB1 if you ask me. Francis, what's going on? Francis says Olave or Dale in the flex this week. I'm going with you got to play Olave. Olave is his draft capital is very high. I love Dale, but Dale hasn't played enough to sit Olave in this instance. So I would say Olave in the flex. Or trade. I would say I would tell you to trade Olave. Trade Olave. I would trade him. Garvey says Chase would eventually get better. No count. Right. Cold Cheese. What's up, Cold Cheese? Should we be worried about Jerome Ford? No. I mean, he's just the running back on this team. This is how it goes. I'm willing to start him. I got him in a couple leagues, and I'm starting him every time. I really don't worry if he have a down week because I know he's the only running back. Deontay Foreman had a couple carries, but he's not better than Ford. So Ford, you just got to play him. Now, when Nick Chubb comes back, it's going to be rough with Ford. Jonathan Stedman says, pick up Bucky Irvin. Yes, sir. Ziggly Bop says, rank my team. Ziggly, I rank it, but usually, I'm getting a little bit more harder on this. I only rank members. If you are a member of the channel, then you get your team rated or ranked. So real quick, I do it. Dak, Jonathan Taylor, NTN, AJ Brown, Scary Terry, then Joker, A Chain, Jets, Chris Boswell. I say a B. I'm gonna get that team a B. Yes, I will pick up Bucky Irvin, Jonathan. Oh, that's a 14-man league? Okay, actually, I might get up. That's a B plus for a 14-man league. That's good context, Ziggly. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. X Viper says Brian Thomas or Pittman. I'm gonna say Brian Thomas, but both of them should be started. Both of these guys should be started. Guave says Trey Laporta and keep Kincaid. Yes, Trey Laporta and keep Kincaid. Big Orange Grid says I traded Debo and Moss last week for Charbonnet, McLaurin, and Lazard. I don't know about that. I like McLaurin, but other than that, Charbonnet and Lazard might not have a like Lazard will have like a wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2 role. Charbonnet might not be starting the whole year especially when Kenneth Walker comes back. So he might be a bench play. And then you got rid of Debo. I'm gonna get that move a B minus because you didn't get no secure starter for the rest of the season outside of McLaurin. So basically, you did Debo for McLaurin. That was the trade. And then you got a rental starter for Charbonnet. Tron says, I won $974 on an $11 DraftKings tournament last year. Good job, bro. You killed it. Robert says, don't trade ascending players for players busting. I agree with that to a certain extent. It just depends on who the guy is. But I agree with that mostly. Big Ham, what's going on, Big Ham? He says, Thielen, Tobin, or Naylor off waivers. It's close between Tobin and Naylor. Tobin for the rest of the season. Naylor, why Addison is out. So if you want a long-term acquisition, I would say Tobin. But if you want something short that's going to boom this week, it could be Naylor. Okay, we got another super chat. I didn't see this one. I'm sorry about this, Jamar. I don't know what's wrong with my super chat thing. I'm sorry about that, Jamar. I apologize. I don't like waiting on those super chats like that. I got 2. Okay. Okay, Powerhouse. I'm sorry about that, guys. Did not see those. I apologize. Powerhouse says, how will Stafford do now with no Cup in the core? He's gonna struggle a little bit, but he's still gonna have a couple good games here and there. And so I like Tutu, but yeah, he will struggle with Cup and the cool out. He's not gonna be a top 12 guy weekly. He probably might have a couple weeks while they out where he might be top 12, but I wouldn't count on it. Another super chat. Appreciate it, Jamar Joseph. He says, drop Sharp, pick up Steele. No, don't drop Sharp. Do not drop Sharp. I would not drop Sharp to pick up Steele. I would just pick up Steele and try to drop somebody else. But if Charbonnet is your weakest player, then you can't. You got to move on. You can't get Steele because I'm not gonna tell you to drop Charbonnet. Now, if you can't start Charbonnet, I still wouldn't drop him. I would just trade him right now for somebody like to the Kenneth Walker owner. I would not drop Charbonnet. All right, guys, let me go find where I was at. All right, guys, I only got a few more minutes. So, like I said, super chat. If not, I'm not gonna be able to get to all the questions. So I apologize. Um. Okay, here we go. Ice, Ice says thoughts on Zamir White. I think he's almost droppable. You can't start him this week. Yes, Tron says Tua is placed on IR. He was. So he's gonna be, to me, Tua's gonna be out probably like 7 weeks. 7 weeks. Waiver says you play A-Chain, ETN, JT every week. Trade Scary or Njoku after a big week. Don't trade Njoku. Don't trade Terry. You play A-Chain and ETN and JT every week. I like those guys. I wouldn't trade none of those guys. I wouldn't trade Njoku. I wouldn't trade Scary Terry unless I was getting a way better player, right? I'm not telling you don't trade them when somebody's gonna give you like Jamar Chase. But if you're gonna downgrade, don't do it. Kind of like what somebody said earlier. Don't trade guys that are balling out for descending players. Not only it's got to be like a Jamar Chase type. Cameron Croft, what's up, Cameron? Cameron says James Cook or JT. I'm going with. You got listen, man. I'm gonna say both. I like both guys. JT should be a starter and James Cook. I'm not going to choose between of those guys. Both of these guys are starters. But if, like I said, if you had a weapon to my head and I had to choose, I'm probably going with JT if I had to choose. But I'm definitely not dropping no James Cook, and I'm going to play him in almost every week, no matter what. Let Grave said it both, right? Matatis, I'm sorry, man. I'm killing your name, bruh. I apologize. But he says Zamir or Dobbins. I'm going with Dobbins over Zamir. Big Orange Grid says Trey Benson or McLaughlin. I'm going with McLaughlin. Self, what's going on, Self? Self says trade Kyron Williams and Jaden Reed for Jonathan Taylor and Rome Odunze. No, I would keep him. I like Jonathan Taylor. I think that was a good move, but I'm not going to Rome Odunze with that offense looking like it is. I would just hold off. Shane, what's up, Shane? Shane says Waddle trying to fleece for Metcalf right now. I like that move. I liked it going from Waddle to Metcalf. That's a good move. Conscious says Javonte had 5 catches for 58 yards or close to that. So can I stick with him in my second? Yep, until the wheels fall off. As long as he's gonna give you a nice fantasy output, man, keep playing him. You never know what he could score a long touchdown run next week. Shane says the bad thing about my league is everyone is against everyone. 100-yard bonuses for rushing, receiving, and 300-yard passing bonus. My leagues are like that too. I don't like those. C.A. Jefferson said, would you trade Jordan Mason and Todd Chandler for David Montgomery? No, I would not do that. Rainy Angel says the Dolphins signed quarterback Tyler Huntley off the waivers. Good stash. Yes, he is a good stash. But Tua is coming back this season. Just to let y'all know. Shane says, I'm going to try, Contra Machine said, Deshaun Watson should be traded to Miami last chance. I would like that. But that's a lot of money on the books. I don't know if they got enough money to play Tua, and because they still got to play Tua and Deshaun. So Grave says CMC could be out for 8 weeks. It's tough to gauge Mason value. No, it's not tough. It's keep playing them. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna keep playing them. CMC gonna be out, so I'm gonna keep playing Mason. Sometimes guys are league winners, even though they only last for 8 weeks. They still are league winners. You don't need somebody to go for 17 weeks to be good for you. Sometimes they can get you 8-1 and get you into the playoffs and that player done its duty. So you good. You can move on. So when CMC comes back, move on for Mason, and it is what it is. But I'm not gonna sit here and trade Mason right now unless unless you know your team is gonna win and you don't need Mason, right? Kenny says Neighbors or Tank Dell week 3. You gotta go with Neighbors. You gotta go with Neighbors. CJ Roberts says, is the fin season over? No, it's not. It just started. T-Man says, start Shaheed or Shakir in the flex. I'm starting Shaheed. That's easy to me. I'm starting Shaheed over Shakir. That's easy. Kristen Kirk or Tank Dale says, Troy Eddington. What's going on, Troy? Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. I would go with Tank Dale over Kristen Kirk. Pesserox says, Golf been selling me in my Superflex Dynasty. Been selling me in my Superflex Dynasty. Yeah, Golf is gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. He's one of those guys that's just safe. He don't have the rushing upside, but he's safe. T-Man says Nico and Shakir. T-Man says Nico and Shakir for Hill and Eckler. No, I stick with Nico. I like that you're going with Hill, but I don't like you giving up Nico. All right, guys, I got to get ready to get out of here. I'm trying to go make sure I get to some of the members. Yeah, Garendo is not ready. I see you, Robert Mitchell, anytime, bruh. Let me see here. TZ says, would you hold on to D-Hop thinking that of dropping for Hunter Henry because my tight end this week? Yeah, I will hold on to D-Hop. I wouldn't drop him. I mean, I think you should drop somebody else for Hunter Henry, but I would keep D-Hop as a great stash. Let's see. A1, what's up, bruh? I see you. Big Will says, I drop the Rams tight end Parkinson since Ferguson should play this week and add either Steele or Jennings instead. That way I can keep Corum. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Keep them stashes, them running back stashes. Good job, bruh. Any Moon Soon says, sorry, just got in. CMC worth stashing to trying to trade. Stashing to trying to trade. Yes, he's worth stashing. CMC is definitely worth stashing. Tristan Renshaw, I see you. Should I trade for Nico Collins? Yes, you should. Yep, I see you, Kenny. Appreciate you. Tay Trax, A-Chain, and ETN. I love A-Chain and ETN. A-Chain over ETN. Pete said, somebody offered me CMC for Neighbors. Should I take it? No. Don't. You keep Neighbors. I see you, Mr. Anderson. Yes, sir. Brian, I see Brian says, TD, I need to come back and subscribe. My teams are cooked, shaking my head. Yes, sir, bro. You subscribe. Alex, you got to become a member. You got to become a member. If you want to get you asking it like I skipped over your question, you got to become a member. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you being here, Alex. Appreciate you, Pete. I need to know. I'll say, yo, with Debo out, you think Jennings will be a good pickup? Yes, I think he's a solid pickup for you, Alex. Appreciate it. Texans Bull says Ravens defense versus Dallas or Seahawks versus Miami. I guess I'm gonna go with Ravens D versus Dallas. I don't feel great about that. So if you want to play the Seahawks, maybe you own to it. I don't feel great about either one of those defenses this week, but I would guess I'd go with the Ravens. Yeah, Garvin says Mason touchdown value is tough. Mason is almost guaranteed a touchdown. Yep. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Y'all guys be safe. Appreciate everybody. I'm gonna be dropping some more videos. My skyrocketing players that are skyrocketing up the rankings. Alex says, yes, sir, my fault. I ain't know I had to join. I ain't mean to be annoying, big dog. I just was confused why you were skipping my question. Yeah, so listen. Now, earlier I was reading everybody's questions, but when I'm short on time, I'm going to my members, and usually they get priority, especially on Sundays. They get priority. So if you are a member, bro, I'm going to make sure that I try to get to your question. So I got to all the members. Bro, I got 4 different tiers. I got a $1 tier all the way up to a $20 tier. So it's not a lot of money. It's almost cheaper than Super Chat. But Super Chat, you skips everybody. So that's the main thing, bro. The D. Stop it, Kenny. Stop it. Yeah, y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all later. Peace.